good. So I saw there was 400 people registered for the call. You guys can see my screen. I am like super excited. So got all kinds of cool stuff going on. First of all, let me see here. Let me go to my ClickFunnels account. So I'm working on a thing. So last night, Blake Shelton on The Voice is wearing one of NIKKI LUND's jackets. So we're creating a campaign and a lead generation campaign to win a NIKKI LUND limited edition jacket. Let me pause that. So I threw this page together, and we're going to be cleaning it up. And let me turn off Skype. Skype online. Serve. Okay. So I'm creating this little giveaway. We're going to be putting pixels on here. But dear friend, I'm very close to launching my new fashion line, NIKKI LUND Essentials. And when I saw Blake Shelton, who I've been making clothes for over 8 years, wearing my custom jean jacket on The Voice, I thought, what a better way to get awareness for the launch of my new line than to give away the exact jacket Blake is wearing on the video to the left. So on June 1st, just in time for Father's Day, one lucky winner will win this exclusive jean jacket in their custom size. So we're going to basically put this together, and then on the thank you page, we're going to have a point system where they can refer this and tweet it and Facebook, and I'm using Gleam. And Gleam, they can basically do all kinds of social sharing, and then get points and additional entries into the thing, the contest. And then in addition to that, I put these pictures up here. So there he is wearing the actual jacket on stage last night. Here he is after the whole airing, and he went on Kimmel, and there he is singing, and there he is playing the guitar wearing the jacket. And then I put on here, who's NIKKI LUND? Now, this isn't finished. I'm working on this today. We'll put a little bit more information on NIKKI LUND here, and then we have the video here, her little sizzle reel talking about who she is. Then we'll have some giveaway rules, and I put another video up here of her music video. So not only will it be a viral thing for us to build a list and for us to kind of get things going, but we're also going to start getting exposure to who NIKKI is and what she's all about, and leveraging Blake Shelton and his 10 million fans. And the other thing I was just working on, we're going to do a post, and I actually did a post. Let me see if I can find it. I'm going to change, this is just a sample post, but you can see enter to win this custom jean jacket. So let me show you guys what I did here. So we are very close to launching NIKKI LUND's new fashion line. We saw Blake Shelton wearing NIKKI LUND jacket on The Voice. We had to give away a jacket to build up the buzz for the launch of our new line. So you can see I'm staying with that same storyline. And then here's what you need to do to have a chance. 1, like this post. 2, like our page. Comment below with yes for me or yes for a gift. So now I'm getting people to comment, oh, I'd love that jacket for me, or no, I'd love that jacket for a gift. And then what we'll do is we'll use, I've got a new Facebook chat bot that I'm going to be using called Chatmatic. And Chatmatic is going to allow me to create a trigger. And I think I can create a trigger based on the words that they say. So if they say yes for me, we can come and say, hey, we had such an amazing response on this giveaway. We have decided to allow this jacket to be sold. And blah, 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 blah. Limited edition, Father's Day. If you want one, get it here now. Now, this value is wrong. I got to go delete this post. This is a $625 jacket. And then we'll probably sell it for $200 on a flash sale for Father's Day, and to honor the whatever, maybe give some money to charity or something like that, and then hit share this post. So now I've got, and then when they do this, then the chat bot will give them a message back to their instant messenger with the link to the ClickFunnels page where they can opt in and then do more sharing. So it's like a double sharing thing. Double sharing type campaign, and brand building and like building and all that kind of stuff. So I'm pretty excited about how this goes. And it kind of just popped up yesterday because Blake's like wearing this jacket that she made for him on the show, which he does that a lot. And I'm like, well, can we make those and can we sell those? And NIKKI said, of course we can. So we decided to go ahead and start making them and selling them. But I said, okay, let's put a viral campaign in front of it and do a giveaway first. So if you guys have any questions about what I'm doing while I'm kind of burning some time here, go ahead and ask your question to me. Let me pull up the question box. So you guys can see the screen. What do you guys think of that idea with Blake Shelton and NIKKI LUND? And by the way, for those of you who haven't seen it, no one's typing any questions in. I can't. You guys, can you hear me? Okay. Say, Greg, I can hear you. I'm listening to you.
I can see your screen and I can hear you, so I'm assuming everyone can.
I'm like, okay. That's funny. So again, while we're using some time, so some of the stuff that we've been doing with NIKKI, we just finished her look. So we basically created the logo. Let me go back to the beginning of this page. We created the logo, and we went through about 300 renditions before we chose this logo. There's a lot of thought that went into this logo, but after 300 different logo renditions, this is what we came up with. And we're going to be launching the NIKKI LUND Essentials, the 10 easy pieces of dressing. And this is what's going out to all the press. This lookbook that I'm showing you right now is going out to all the press. And when I say the press, it's like every fashion magazine, every talk show, Ellen DeGeneres, everybody's getting this, and this is going out. And here's her line. We did the photo shoots. We had the photographer. We did the photo shoots. We did all the editing. We created this lookbook. We literally have done everything to this whole building and launching this whole entire brand, NIKKI LUND. And we're real close to giving you guys access that might want to market it, the ability to market it as well. And we're having a call on Thursday with the PR firm to find out exactly what our launch date is, but it's coming up in the next couple weeks. And so here's what a lookbook looks like, and on each page, and of course I can share this with anyone who might want it. Beautiful pictures. And the other thing that we did is we also created, let's see, here's just some of the logos we went through. This is just like some of them. We also created hang tags and labels, and I wonder where that stuff is. Let's see that. I'm trying. Yeah. So, you know, when you're building a brand, you're creating stuff like this. So we've got the hang tags. We had the labels that get sewn in the back of the necks. We have labels that get sewn in different parts of the thing. We have a little button-like label for suede, like on that jean jacket that Blake Shelton's wearing. We're putting a little sunken, I don't know what they call these things, right? They're little buttons that come on that kind of help show off the brand. But it's been an enormous amount of work, and it's been very, very cool for me to learn this stuff and watch it all happening. And then the other thing we were doing this morning is we were working on custom, let's see, where is that stuff? Custom, here, let me pull it up here. Oh, let's see here. I don't have it there. Thought I opened it. Recent. Well, we're ordering custom tissue to wrap the clothes in and shipping, custom poly bags and custom packaging for everything to go out in the shipping. So it's really going to be done right and really super nice. So if we have any questions going on, Chatmatic, Anthony's asking what Chatmatic is. Chatmatic's a new Facebook chat bot, a new marketing bot that I've been using. Trust Message, which is I've been using that for a long time. This is like a newfangled version of that. I think it's a little bit better, and I'm going to give it a try for this campaign. But it's basically auto reply to a comment to their messenger, and it's awesome. It's awesome stuff. So, all right. Well, with that being said, Michael, do you have anything now that's 10 o'clock? I've burned off a few minutes here.
No, I was just gonna. I mean, since you're on here, and you know, I was just gonna introduce Joanna and just kind of give a little bit of her background, and you know, she can also do that herself and just kind of tell everyone, you know, her background and her experiences and why she's joining us today.
Well, let me do that because we have a personal relationship and we've been friends for a long time. And I've been stuck here at my house. I got to get off to the office, but first I want to say thank you for joining us and sharing some of your wisdom today with us. And but Joanna's been around the internet marketing space for a long time. She's worked with and helped a lot of the big dogs in the San Diego area in the marketplace. But by her heart, her desire, she's a designer herself. She's designed bathing suits and clothing and jewelry and all kinds of cool stuff. and she actually worked with us at Be Your Own You for a while. She's been a big help to me and a big help to everything that we're doing. And one of the things that she's been remarkable at is she's tenacious. She never gives up. She keeps going. She's diligent. She's organized, and she's methodical. And I love all that stuff about her. So we were talking about kind of what she's doing and where she's going, and she started sharing with me about how she's got her product now in over 200 retail outlets. And I know that some of you have no need to get your e-commerce product in a retail outlet, but I know there's also other people that do, that they want to build a brand and they are having their own product made and their own stuff done, and that is something that's worthwhile. So we wanted to bring her on to kind of share with you her strategies and what she's done and how she's done it, and kind of share some of her wisdom to what she's done for those of you who, and again, I'm this way too, so if you guys understand where I'm at. So I like the Facebook ads thing, and I want to run the Facebook ads thing, and I'm doing the Facebook ads thing. As you guys know, I'm doing it too. But I also like the idea of having products that I create, that I source, that I make, that I also get into retail distribution, and I make extra money from doing that, as well as a way to build a brand. So everything we're doing with the celebrities, we're going to want to get in boutique shops. We're going to want to get in. I don't see us going into major retailers anytime soon, but why not go into some boutique shops and expand the brand that way and that kind of stuff. So that being said, I just want to give Joanna my complete endorsement and say thank you very much for sharing some of your wisdom today and offering how you could help somebody in our crowd who might need it. And then we'll make sure we get the replay out to everybody else who's not on today. So thanks, Joanna.
Great, thank you so much for that introduction. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay, perfect, thank you. So this is, I mean, I guess more or less going back to my my experience in marketing. This is my first time actually using GoToWebinar, because I used to work for Webinar Jam. So I'm not sure exactly how to use it. So I'm responsible for having started that webinar nice and early today. So, but Greg, all those updates are super exciting. So I love hearing all of that stuff, and really exciting stuff about NIKKI LUND and being dialed in with some of these celebrities. I mean, that stuff is just huge, as you guys all know. So can you guys see this okay without, I don't know if you're able to see my GoToWebinar control panel or anything on top of this, or am I looking pretty good here?
No, yeah, you're looking good. No, we don't see the panel, just your PowerPoint right now, and it's clear. It looks good.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. Well, thanks guys for being on here, and in advance bearing with my not so technical side of things. I'm definitely more of a creative person. But yeah, Greg and I have been connected for a very long time, and I'm really grateful for all of the connections and opportunities that he has presented, and it's been really inspiring just watching somebody else in this space. There aren't many of us in marketing who are on board with physical products like this, so and that's a lot of fun. And I think from the sounds of it, a lot of you guys on here are in that space as well, or at least selling products to direct to consumer. So that's where I really wanted to have this conversation and help some people who are able to and wanting to do this to take their products that they're currently selling, or maybe it's just an idea, and bring those products from just a product to a brand, and then bring that to retail. So I think one thing that will really help me to understand about you guys is if you can type in the chat box maybe what your product is or what your idea is, things like that, so I can just start getting to know you guys a bit. And I'll start looking for those. Hopefully I'll be able to figure that part out. So I'll get started. This is me. I'm a designer. I've always been more or less a designer. I started out when I was a kid. My mom was a seamstress to a designer before I was born, so I would design and she would help me to sew. So I grew up in a really small town. I want to say 1,000 people at first. I grew up on a dirt road with one other house on there. And then we moved to a bigger town that had 3,000 people. So I've always been, my life has been pretty remote. So now I'm based in San Diego, just down the road a little bit from Greg, and I'm over here in Pacific Beach. And it's, just the way that I sort of ended up here, after growing up in this tiny little town, is, it's fun, it's cool, but I've always just been inspired to be creative. And so I think that's where, really, I love helping other people to pursue their passions, whether it's technical, which is what I ended up getting into with the marketing stuff, or if they're more of the creative brain. And so, knowing that it doesn't matter, where you're from, or, how much money you have, or what you do. So that's really helped me a lot, is, ending up randomly in this marketing world. And it kind of brought me back to allow me to pursue my passions. So I studied entrepreneurship in college. I was an athlete there. I was a cross-country skier. From there, I had moved to Boston. So I went to the University of New Hampshire. I worked as a personal trainer. And then I knew that I wanted to move to California. And one of my friends told me that I would like San Diego. So I sold my car, and I bought a one-way ticket on JetBlue, and I moved out here. I found a master bedroom in an apartment in Carlsbad, and I had no idea where anything was. So I just kind of used that as my my starting point. I rented a car until I found one, to buy that was cheap out here, and then it took me a month and a half to find a job, but I got a job with working for Dr. Mike Wu-Ming, who's in marketing, and that's how I met Greg ultimately. So we were both living up in North County, and I've been connected ever since. That was about 8 years ago now. And I was an executive assistant to Mike, and I turned that into a virtual assistant position. And just learning from all of these amazing marketing people is what finally led me to realize that I could start on a shoestring budget. So I started my brand, NIKKI Bands, and considered a couple other, working on another line actually that I'll tell you guys more about too. I had to do it all on a shoestring budget, and I always had some sort of part-time job or a couple part-time jobs. So finally, this has become my full-time thing, and I've done some consultant work with other brands and everything too. So to help them to get their product off the ground, or help them to get into retail. So cool. I see we've got some people in nutritional supplements and in fundraising. Awesome. Anybody else, feel free to go ahead and type in your niches in there too. So let me see if I can slide my little control panel down here. So you guys have a product or an idea for a product. We want to focus on building that retail list, create a system to reach out to that list, and then get orders from stores. Just actually kind of so you can know where I am just as of today. So far, I'm not making, I don't claim to make a ton of money. So far, this month in the first week, or is it a week and a half? So I've done 2,500 in sales. This is super exciting, we're getting an order from 10 stores in Canada. So we're looking at a $3,000 order that comes in this week, and then another one in Fiji for a $1,000 order. So super stoked on some of these things. So that'll be 12 countries, and that brings me up to, I've got my board over here, that'll be 197 retailers, and those are active retailers. So we have some that we may not have gotten reorders from. So if we take all of those in addition to everybody else who they still probably sell them, but it isn't for everybody, and and I understand that. But we do have an 80% reorder rate with NIKKI Bands, so that's been really cool. So I took the screenshot this morning. So we're going to talk about you've got a product, but and Greg, I'm really glad that you touched on that, the branding side of it. So looking at, those tags and those, the hardware that you've got, everything, that stuff is, it's so much fun. Again, I've had to do this on just a real absolute shoestring budget. So I figured out how to build my lists and get in front of these stores, and how to communicate with them so that they, so that I wasn't intrusive, and that I wasn't, that I was building up a trustful relationship with them. So from there, like I said, 80% of our accounts reorder because they enjoy, working with me and working with my team. So, so I'll continue. I'll, kind of teach you guys a bit more on all of that. So let's see here. Like I said, it's my full-time business. It's one of my friends who's wearing one of my custom bikinis, and the bikini bands as well. So they are hair ties and headbands that are made from swim and yoga material, and they're really cool hair ties because they've got they won't break or stretch out. They're super durable. So unlike a lot of hair ties that are tied in a knot with less durable material or fused together, they actually are they're quite literally the strongest hair ties out there. So they come in a bunch of different colors and prints, and a couple different metal types now. So this is just the beginning of it. My goal with it is to become the sort of the Alex and Ani of hair accessories. So changing out the charms, and we've got all this so many ideas. So it is just getting off the ground. So 187 accounts as of today in 11 different countries. And the nice thing about it is that, I look at something like this, and, maybe if you guys are sourcing your product, if you're making your products, or if you're sourcing them from Alibaba, things like that, or I shouldn't even just say that, for sourcing them from anywhere for that matter, having your products being custom, if they're custom products, t-shirts and whatnot, being made in the U.S., my products made in the U.S., all of that is, great stuff. And we can really focus on on having a low cost of goods sold to increase your margins too. So here's what I've created as a retail success formula. And so depending on where people are in in the system, I think that certain things will resonate with you. Just to kind of let you guys know, I'm not, I want you to know that you guys can do this too. You don't have to be extra outgoing or, a salesperson. You don't have to be techie. I know I've already told you that I'm not. I wouldn't say that I am super organized, but when it comes to my online system that I use to reach out to retailers, I am. And I don't have any extra money laying around. Like I said, I've funded this with with part-time jobs, and just made it work. So. I'm sure that you guys, a lot of you probably have been there where, you look at whether you're going to buy groceries or, or if you're going to put that money into your business. So, absolutely have been there, and it's, it's hard, but it's been totally worth it. So I'm going to just kind of get started with some of the stuff that I'm going to talk about here. So Kini bands and the best resources that I can share with you in this process to have built Kini bands just from an idea and have gotten it into all of these retailers. And actually, one thing that I meant to tell you guys too, and I meant to add into here, is so some of these retailers they're big. They're I've got one Hilton property. I've got a couple of Fairmont properties. There's a Hyatt in there. So once once you get into one of them, so now we're going in and contacting the other ones and saying, hey, these guys are doing really well with our product. So that's been just incredible. We're at Shutters in Santa Monica at a Lowe's property, Lowe's Hotel. We've got an Ace property, so all really cool, exciting stuff. Another is Free People actually picked this up. So, and this is really all, so much of it is based on my relentless persistence. So Greg, thanks for touching on that too. I think I have always sort of had this, I call it a childlike mentality that I can't fail. So, I know that this is the right path that I'm on, and that I'm, if you get one person who, one store, one person who wants to buy your stuff, that there's thousands of others out there. So once you get that first sale, then So let's start. Actually, we'll just kind of review. So turning your product into a brand. really important to have a brand story that people and that shops can resonate with. So it's not just throwing your product at, to a store and saying, hey, you want to buy some of these? They're a really good deal. It's, I'll use Kini bands as an example. Kini bands are made from swim material and are made by the beach. And so no matter where somebody is when they're wearing it, they have a piece of the beach with them, and they can mix and match their colors. Maybe they're in an office job all day, but they look down at these beautiful, colorful little things and know that that the beach and the vibe isn't far away. So so that's sort of the story that I've started with. It'll shift and I think evolve as the brand evolves, because I've only been doing this now for 2 years, and it's been my full-time thing for a year. So still really in the grassroots stages. Tags and labels. Yours, Greg, that was beautiful. Your presentation there, and so I've done a lot of sourcing for for all the tags for different clients and myself. But I've also kind of figured out a way to do some of this stuff on a really low budget way to means of look at something like that. It's like especially hardware. Minimum orders when you even in the U.S. a small run, the smallest I can do is 250 pieces, but typically 1,000, 5,000, and that reduces your costs. So the more you're able to spend up front, the more you save, and then the better your margins are. So I know it can be really hard to start to get that started. So I've got a few ideas for you as far as that stuff goes. And then, branding and making everything match, making everything cohesive, so that when you send out maybe it's samples to your, say to your retailers or prospective retailers, or if it's just emailing them the catalog, then when they go to your site to order, whatever have you, then everything matches. It looks like it fits together. They don't have to look and say, oh, am I on the right website? So we'll talk a little bit about list building. So also I should have mentioned to you guys that I'll answer questions at the end if you've got them. But feel free, you guys can pop them in there if you want. Michael is going to help me with that at the end. So so definitely save your questions there. So list building. I was working one of my part-time jobs. And it was the last one that I had. I was working for a golf marketing company, and what they had done was they found a company that provided, I guess, some sort of marketing services for 800 golf courses just in the U.S. and I think maybe up in Canada too. So they flushed out that entire list. I don't know if it was via macros or whatever it was. Basically, hired somebody on Upwork, and got this whole list. So what they had done was they did a direct mail campaign first, and then we went in and called them and got them on the phone and set up a consultation with them. So for myself, I started looking up brands that also listed where they were being sold, and I didn't have the means to do a direct mail campaign, but I just started doing these email campaigns, and I'll share with you guys a bit more about how that whole process and how I did that. I used Google Drive actually alongside my team to train them on where we're going to put these leads, and then what's going to happen with them once they get emailed and everything like that. So so that's all part of the system as well. Overseas team, I mean, if you guys don't already have just one person just to give things to, I strongly encourage it. I honestly don't even know what I would do without some of these people that I have, and I think I found them pretty much all on Upwork. So once you're at that point where you are reaching out to these retailers, for me it was that initial email that really, it had to be great. It had to, but it had to also not be super pushy. And I get some of these emails, and I actually will kind of look at how I respond to just people that pitch me on their services and everything. But the ones that that resonate the most with me are the ones where, you know, it at least seems personal, and it's well, you know, I can tell that it's well thought out. And for me, I just say, hey, you know, I found you online. Would you mind if I sent more information over to you? And that has gotten a really just great response. It's that shy yes. We'll talk a little bit more about that. You know, I've had great customer support, and then using tactics to get more sales and to get the initial sale too. And now we'll dive in a bit there. So what I call the cash-in system, it's using I turned my Gmail into a CRM, and so again, share more with you on that, to reach out to these people, and then within that, I've got a follow-up system that I use with a series of emails to, you know, until they say yes, no, leave me alone, or, you know, yes, I'm interested in more information, and I start building up the relationship there. So with this system, I have become really efficient and really organized. I'm able to send 800 emails a day that look personal, and you know, so we're closing sales every day, which is super exciting. I'm building up that trust relationship with the buyers, or, you know, if it's, you know, for myself, I'm working on getting into hotels, fitness studios, salons, and boutiques for the most part. So understanding kind of, you know, where they're all coming from, what, you know, maybe if it's the area that they're in, you know, just paying attention to the fact that, say, Australia, you know, we've got a couple of retailers over there. You know, I'm not going to pitch them an email that says, hey, it's almost summer, and, you know, do you want to get your Kini bands in, because my product is perceived as a summer product, and they're like, oh, no, it's actually winter over here. So this is all these little things, you know, even just the difference between East and West Coast and their seasons. So we just have great customer support always. You know, if we are missing something from an order, you know, whatever it is, we are just making it up to them, and just staying really in close communication. If something's delayed, or, you know, whatever it is, we're, you know, just staying on top of it. And I always ask them for referrals, and I've gotten just a great deal of business just based on, you know, one account that really loves it, and they've got a friend that's got, you know, a salon or a boutique, and they're not competing. They say, you know, I want you to sell these products too. So creating a, you know, a vibe around that, and they can say, oh, the owner, I talked to the owner, which is, you know, and, you know, this is her story. So, you know, be somebody that these people want to, you know, want to do business with, and they're proud to do business with. So this is my little thing, you know, just kind of reiterating with you guys, that I started out as a diehard little entrepreneur selling my crayon drawings. I, you know, sold lemonade, made cookies. I kind of graduated from that to designing. I made jewelry. I would sell it. I took senior portraits when I was in high school for people. I was good at photography, and so now I, you know, look at all of that that, you know, eventually led up to being, you know, for lack of a better term, my own boss. So I'm able to, you know, I've got the freedom of time now, and to me that is the most important thing. I've got a team that I can rely on. I can, you know, I can go on vacation and not have to let panic set in anymore, that I'm not working, and that feels really great. So I'm, you know, got some cool stuff coming up. I went to Hawaii recently, to Florida. I'm going to Greece. Oh my gosh, that's next month. Next month I'm going to Greece with some friends. We've got a yacht that we've rented with a private captain and all that. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So the whole reason that it has been successful is because of this formula that I've developed. So you know, I want to be able to share that with you guys, and for, you know, maybe some of, I don't know, possibly some of these ideas will, you know, spark something in you that says, oh, well, you know, I wasn't maybe planning on, you know, this product, but, you know, hope that you can see at least that it is possible to, you know, to start something like this on a shoestring budget. You know, I've worked with a few clients who they've got full-time jobs, part-time jobs even, and you know, but they're taking this to, and this is their becoming their full-time thing as well. So that's, super exciting. And I've got some cool testimonials to share with you guys. So let's just to kind of go over this real quick. Again, we're finding awesome, really great potential customers via list building, and learning how to communicate with them using really simple technology to get organized and stay organized, make those emails look personal, and build relationships for with these stores that want to buy from you over and over again, and larger quantities, things like that. So that's all stuff that's super important. And again, the customer relationship management is key, having that system. So what I use is a program called Streak, and I turn my Gmail into a CRM with that. There's a certain one that's free. I use the paid version just because there's certain features on it that I really that are imperative to me and my business. I send out samples, so I like to use the task reminder to remind myself to follow up a week later when the samples have arrived, check in, see what they thought. Basically, no stone in my business is left unturned, because I use that to, I'll write to somebody, and then I set myself a reminder for a couple days later to make sure that they've responded. So, there's so many opportunities right now that, I can't name them all off the top of my head, and I don't want to miss out on any of them. So, so you can see this is kind of a basic, and this is an older screenshot, but you can see the leads that we've got, and then I'm taking them down this funnel. So then I send them the next email, then the one in blue, the one in green, brown, mint, and then until they get to a result that I'm looking for, whether they just say that they're interested, they want a sample, and then that it's just a whole other funnel. Or if they've ordered, I've got people who say no, don't email me again, and that's okay too. You're going to get that. So some people just want you to check back with them, even in a year or something like that. So the funnel is pretty extensive, but so let's see. So we're turning leads into, what's a better representation here? Into interested, and then into those who have ordered. So again, this is an old one here. I guess this is back, sort of been a year ago. So now, yeah, like I said, we've got all these orders, and I realized that it worked. I was working on a swimwear line before, and I had this beautiful line that I'd created, and I couldn't figure out how the heck to sell it. So I eventually ran out of money, and I was living up in LA, and I came back down here to work in marketing again, and working those part-time jobs. Worked for, like I said, for Webinar Jam, worked for a lot of people in the industry. But when I started this system, and I had the product ready to go, and I just hammered this, and I was doing everything myself. And I did $10,000 in orders in the first month and a half. So that was, it wasn't even at that point that I realized that I was onto something. It was, it was the first order where I said, oh my gosh, it was, my very first order was a woman who called me. I was at a coffee shop. I remember, I don't even know what I was doing in Orange County. And so I remember exactly where I was. And she called me and said she wanted to place an order. And I was like, oh, okay, and I try to act cool. And, that feeling, it just never gets old, every time I still, get an order, I throw my arm up in the air, and I put my, actually, I wonder if I can share this with you guys, a photo of my board here that I took the other day. And so just to kind of keep people updated on everything, which is fun. So let me see if I can dig that up in a little bit. So, from there, just develop this system just to stay organized, and it's working, so it's cool. So I'm focused now on those super hot leads, the people that are ready to order. I have somebody who helps me with my phone calls. I have my seamstress here in San Diego, and then I've got my team overseas. So we're still a pretty lean, mean machine. I look forward to, to when we have even more growth. But right now, everything is just going back into the business, into materials, let's go back to we're talking about having to place larger orders to save money. So that's kind of, the point where we're at now. So my margins are higher, and I'm able to put even more funds towards, getting more assistance to do some of the lead gen and everything like that. So let's see, this is just an old screenshot too, just of my email, but you can kind of see some good, really good responses. This person, might be a fit. They look great. Yeah, I'll go ahead and look at them. And this is just off of an initial email. It says, oh, well, I guess you can see, this is my upscale. That was my second email. The intro, that was my first one. Can I send you a sample? That's later on down the line, when, I don't want to offer it to every single person. Just trying to at least gauge people's expectations. So give people a chance to say no or not right now first, or yes. Some people I don't even need to send a sample and they place an order, which is really cool. All right, are you guys ready to cash in and systemize your, we'll say your sales process, but also to get your product turned into a brand and into retail? How's everybody doing? Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. Didn't even realize that there were questions down here.
No, there's questions, but I wanted to make sure you were ready. We can take them at the end if you still have more to go. It's no problem. That's why everyone's just kind of pumped them.
I just want to apologize. I didn't want you guys to think that I was ignoring you. Just little things. Yeah, if you guys want a copy of the slides, you're welcome to them. I will make a link. Let's see. Let's do. I'll give you a link at the end. Or Greg, do we have a way to do that?
So if you want to just what we can do is after the webinar, Joanna, we can you can just however you want to present it, and I'll put them in all the groups so people can go, and so people that weren't on the webinar will have them too. So we can do it at the end and put it in the Facebook group.
Okay, that sounds great. Even if you guys wanted to shoot me an email, I'm pretty easily accessible, and I can send you the slides. That might be the easiest thing at right now, because I'm gonna edit them. I need to add in a few things here, but yeah, we'll figure out a way for sure. But I'm happy to share all of this stuff. Somebody asked what my website was, and so it's keenibands.com. I don't know if I can, but for my hair accessories. So does everybody see this if I type it in? Yeah.
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. And then I've got the website for Product Line Profits too, which I'll share with you guys. And don't let me forget to get the slides to you.
So I just put your website link into the chat, everyone, in case you wanted to go check it out. So.
Cool. And Kathleen had asked what the name of the app was. So you got that. Again, it's Streak, S-T-R-E-A-K. George was asking the same thing. Patty, awesome. Cool. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. Thank you. This is perfect. My email is joanna@joannakinsman.com. So awesome. Thank you guys so much, and thanks for all the confidence boosters in here too. I really appreciate it. So I want to get down to some just more specific stuff. So talking about logo and branding, I wholeheartedly believe that that's something that that you really want to put some time some time into. What I've done is I actually started a group for I called it Kinsman Elite, and it's I guess it's like having and I had to say free, but I've developed this cool group of, like a focus group essentially, so I can go in and say what colors and prints are you guys into? Which one do you like best? What do you guys think of this logo? That, I ask them for product name ideas, everything, and I always I'll run contests, I do giveaways, stuff like that. So it's a cool little community that I've created. But they've helped me with with different logos and all of that. So my Keeny Bands logo, I get a lot of compliments on it because it it shows what it is, and it I guess should probably have put that in there, but you guys can check it out on the site. So I've got a guy overseas that that does that, and you know, so if I can, you know, I think it is very important to have a brand, figure out your colors, and figure out the fonts that you're going to use on everything, because that's something where, you know, I started to realize that every time I was creating something new, I was like, what font should I use? So brand guidelines are really big, and it'll just save yourself so much time, and you'll have that cohesion. So I'm still, quite honestly, I wish that I'd started out by doing that, but I didn't. So I'm kind of getting around that now, and coming back to that and saying, you know, because then I got these labels made, and then I put the tag on them. I realized that the fonts didn't match. So some things like that probably seem very obvious, but it definitely goes a long way. Again, that whole, you know, using the same photo in your catalog as you have on your website, just because people then they know that they're in the right place. So that stuff does it shows just the effort that you're putting in. So tags, I've had my tags made overseas. I've had them made in the U.S. I've paid 50 cents a tag, but, you know, got it down to 40 cents overseas. You know, maybe it's 20. Now all I do is I actually go to FedEx, and so I print these tags. I do 22 on a page. They cost me, and I have them cut them for me. They're 15 cents. They're super simple, and and they're so basic, but there's no waste at all. They're, you know, and they work. So, you know, for me, if I can get 22 tags made up at a time, you know, or that's what I used to do. Now I get them made up a few hundred at a time at least, and it's just one of those things. You know, it's super simple to do. You can go in to, you know, talk to the people at FedEx if you need to, because I used to cut them with the paper cutter and everything, until one of the managers came over one day. He goes, you know that we actually do that for you, and it's 50 cents per cut. So so if you've got a whole stack of them, it's one big cut. So it only costs, you know, a couple extra bucks to do it. And so me being a bit of a nerd. I'm a spreadsheet nerd. I had that all laid out. All right, how much will it cost, you know, per tag, if I do have this quantity versus that. So, so figuring out kind of your break even and your, I guess well, I don't know what the word would be, kind of as you, it's like I guess your price break. So I look at that too when I'm going to order my charms. Okay, here's what it'll be per piece when I order 1,000 units, but what is it going to look like when I order 5,000, or, you know, is there another price break at 10? Like what are the thresholds really? My labels, satin labels that I put onto my my headbands, I actually get those made on Etsy, because they have there's a minimum order of only 100 pieces with the place that I like. So they're made overseas, and I've been really happy just with using that, as opposed to getting 1,000 at a time, 5,000, which is the case with a lot of these places where, you know, if you're ordering from overseas via LA, and especially hardware and whatnot. So let's see. Oh, thank you guys so much. I'm really glad that you're enjoying this. Oh, I think I meant to put this. Oh, here we go. I'm just scrolling right through. So getting awesome clients. So again, I'm looking for brands that complement mine. So I started out, I was looking at, I looked for beach towels. So I think it was Sand People was probably the brand that I started with. They list everywhere they're being sold on their website. So I said, I want to be in as many of those retailers as possible. So I sent it to my assistant. I told her to go ahead and find as many email addresses as she could, and that started our list. So then I was looking at, constantly finding brands. So like I said, I use Google Drive, and I keep a running list of brands, maybe hotel chains, all the fitness studios, where that they need to flush out, and they've done an incredible job with getting the what do you call it? I guess getting the lists and getting the email addresses, and then sometimes the names and everything. I'm just beyond impressed. The link to my group, that's actually a great question. If you type in Kinsman Elite on Facebook, you'll see it. So I apologize that I don't know the direct link, and I probably should create a direct link. I'm taking my little notes over here too for things that I want to have for you guys. You know, for next time, if you know, if Greg has me do this again. So another one good tip that I have is, you know, if you're looking for, you know, maybe you're starting out by looking for the emails yourself. If you can't find them, I love this thing called Email Hunter, and it's a, I guess it's an app, you'd call it, or a plugin that works with your browser. So I can just go into the top corner of my browser when I'm on a website, and I'll, you know, I click it, and it gives me all the email addresses that are associated in there that it's able to find. So this thing, so look, it gives me 9 emails for Diane's Beachwear, for example. So if I'm having a hard time getting in touch with somebody there, then just move on to the next one, the next one, the next one, you know. So that's been really helpful when we are struggling a bit. So I have my assistant using that. So first we go to the website, we go to Facebook or Email Hunter, and then if we can't find it, we check their Facebook page on the About section. Another way to get some good accounts is just asking, let's see, let me type this in. It's called Kinsman Elite is the group. Asking my friends and family, hey, do you know of any hotels, boutiques, fitness studios? And hey, if you guys, since I have all your attention, you know, if any of you guys have any recommendations where Kini Vans might be a fit, I would love to hear about them, and I will contact them. I'll contact them today, because that is what I do. I have my assistant go in and send the email on my behalf. So, so that's you know, I do that, and then I end up getting people who maybe they're on vacation. You know, I recently had a friend. She was from Maine, and she was down in Florida, and she goes, "Oh, I found some places where Kini Vans would be a perfect fit." So she told me about them. I called. The one of them was super interested, and I called, and I closed the account that day. So, you know, I sent her a Starbucks gift card to take her family out, you know, just out to some coffees and snacks, whatnot. So I'm always, you know, make sure that you're thanking people for those referrals too, because chances are they're going to send more to you if you remember them. So let's see. Again, when I'm talking to these people, it's you know, it's a brand new. I'm a brand new person. They don't know me. You know, so I go in and just say, hey, can I send you a little bit of information? As I go down the line, I'm value stacking. So I'm saying, hey, did you know that you can order online? By the way, I have a starter kit that saves you X amount of dollars. I say, here's one. If I'll guarantee that if you don't sell through what you order from me, that I'll buy them back from you by whatever date. I've got somebody else actually recently who said, and I may even try this, although it seems a little like, I don't know, I'm not sure how I feel about this one, but they said, you know, find out what other brands they're selling at their store, and then say, hey, I'll buy those back from you for whatever you paid for them. And then I would take those and turn around and just sell them on eBay and get my stuff in there. So I don't know. That's do what you may with that information. You know, I'm not so sure, but so it's that whole risk reversal. And then, you know, I offer to send a sample because I'm so confident in, you know, I mean, it costs me money in, you know, shipping, product, and everything, but I'm confident that they're going to like it enough. So, you know, so I'm just constantly adding value to here. Thank you, Yvette. I appreciate that. Adrian asked what's included in my introductory letter. The intro letter is real. I mean, the email is really just, hi, I'm the proud owner of Kini Vans, and this is my this is what my product is. Would you be interested in more information? I looked you up online. It looked like a good fit to me. What do you think? Kind of thing. So it gives them the option instead of just kind of like cramming that down their throats. So using the system to kind of go from using a spreadsheet, which is what I used to do, color coded and everything, it's such a mess, to using an actual system that is beautiful, and I love it. I don't know what I would do without Streak. So yeah, I hope you guys check that out. There's all kinds of customized settings that I've done. I've really honed in on what information I need. I have it set now so that the phone number's automatically in there because my assistant plugs that in for me. If I had plotted it out even better, I would have had the addresses there too. But I just throw the address into the notes section. There's so much that you can do with this thing. So it wasn't, I have to say, it wasn't super intuitive when I started, but it worked out great. And once I took time to learn it, it was awesome. So the emails look personalized because they're coming from your Gmail account. That's why you're limited to a certain number per day. But I can send an email that, if I had email addresses from all you guys, I could write an email that said, hey Patty, hey Adrienne, hey Jay, and all, and you guys wouldn't know the difference between me sending that to you and me actually typing it out. So that's pretty cool. We're constantly, I'm over delivering. I'm, sending, maybe I'll send them a stand or display if they don't, when they don't ask for it, or I let them swap out their product if they, maybe there's something that doesn't sell a certain style or color, and I just want them to send it back to me, and I'll just, I'll replace it. It doesn't matter to me at all. It's not going to hurt my feelings, and I just want them to be happy with everything and not feel like they're stuck with any product or anything. So it's really, whatever I can do. Even my opening order is a suggested opening order of $150, but I say, order as many as you're comfortable with. So I've taken orders as low as $20 all the way up. Right now, so far, the biggest has been $1,200. So that's really cool. We just got our stuff onto Amazon too through a couple of guys that are that are selling for us. That's been great. I'm asking these guys, my actual buyers, for referrals too, or sometimes if somebody says no, I say, okay, well, anybody who that might be a fit. So some people will just put that out there. So over delivering is key. We engage with them on social media. I always make sure that I'm liking their stuff. I will at some point. I'm going to just do a big email blast to our buyers and say, hey, can I write you a Yelp review? So all these things that we've got planned. Again, for free returns. Well, I'll send a gift. Sometimes, hey, just want to say thank you. Or this is great because if they order only hair ties, but I want to get them interested in the headbands next time, I send them a gift of all of our headband samples. But it works in my favor because they say, oh, we want to buy these too. So all these little things that add value. Following up on the orders. So I set myself a reminder when the orders arrive that they get a phone call just to make sure that everything looks good. And I've gotten more orders from that too. So a lot of these are free tools between using Gmail, Streak, Facebook, Google Drive. So again, you guys know where I'm coming from on this stuff, that you don't have to, but you don't have to already have money in the bank to do a lot of this stuff. So and I kind of keep forgetting that sometimes that really is a big part of it, because I've gotten so used to doing things on a budget. So I think this is something that can be used for people obviously with physical products is it's easy for me to relate to, but all of my retailers are physical stores, yes. So I do have some online. I'm at yogaccessories.com. There's a website that just put me on there called sataracollections.com. Amazon, Free People had me on their site, but they sold out, so I'm needing to get back to them. So yeah, it's but mostly I'd say I'm on like 5 other websites. Mostly it's all physical, which is great because then you're getting paid to put the stuff in there. And I only have 2 consignment accounts, which is me putting the product in and only getting paid when I sell them. But so they're paying me to put the product in there, and then I get people, they see them in the store, maybe they don't have the right color, or they just fall in love with them and they want to buy some for their friends and family. So it's almost like being paid for marketing your product. So it's really cool. Let's see. So being able to use this for all different things. Using it, we use it now. We're starting to use it for PR, to reach out to influencers. I use it for my consulting to keep track of where people are. The custom swimwear that I do, same thing. I've used it in the past for JV stuff, but really anyone with a product or service can use the system to organize, get leads, and everything. So, so it's kind of it's not, it isn't that time is money anymore, but it's having a system is where the money is, and saving yourself time and having that freedom. And keeping in mind that you can automate your business and saving time, doing more of the things that you love. I don't know, for you guys, if you want to pop into the chat box, what it is that motivates you. For me, like I said, freedom of time and being a better friend. Like I want to, like when my friends going to get her hair done, or or has a project that they're working on, or a new business idea, I want to be the one who just is able to just show up and say, all right, let's do this. I'll hang out with you while you get your hair done, or I'll help you help with whatever business idea you've got. Let's talk about it. So I just want to be more present and not even have to be spending as much time working in Keeny vans. And so that's where I'm going, and that's what I'm doing consulting now, because that's just my passion, is helping people with their business ideas. All right, what's next? So my mission, I'm just going to go through this real quick with you guys, is to help you to create your system, create your product, or if you've already got a product, to bring that product into stores. So I'm and I'm the type of person, I'm here for as long as you need me. I'm not a selling person. I don't pitch them. I am just building relationships, so it's fun. And so that's why the people that help me with my phone calls, they enjoy it too, because they're not doing sales. They're just calling and saying, hey, Joanna wanted me to find out if you needed any more, if you need another order this month or something like that. So I think people enjoy working with us for all of these reasons. So do you need any experience with systems? No, I certainly didn't. Do you need to have a product and service in place? No, we could figure that out. I know that you guys are all here because you at least have a killer idea. So this is going to help you to, to just get that off of the ground. Do you need an email list? No, because we're going to build one. Do you have to be passionate though? Yes. I hope you guys can see how passionate I am about what I do, my business, helping other people. I absolutely love it. And yes, you have to be an action taker. Only work with action takers and people who actually are going to take action. People who are going to really put their money where their mouth is. But most of all, putting the time, investing the time into it up front is really what it takes. But once you get that, you can start creating a system around it. That's why we're here. It's almost 11 o'clock. Where I am right now, and that's why we're able to be doing something like this in the middle of the day, investing that time into ourselves and our businesses and our livelihood. I want to help you to automate your life and start and do more of what you love. To whether or not you have sales already, and if you have leads, get more of them, more sales and more profits, and reduce the hours that you're spending in your business, in time. If you're not using a system right now, that's where we want to get you to be. Stop with the rat race and stop doing things that you don't enjoy doing. Just another probably more updated screenshot of what's going on in my system here. So and the whole concept that you're sending these emails and people aren't unsubscribing. So it's, they're not seeing that link in there, and that's a beautiful thing, because they're actually communicating with you and feeling like they want to and that they should. So, real quick, guys, if I asked you to, for $1,000 to turn that into $10,000, would you do it? And if money were an issue, would you find a way? So my introductory rate, when I boiled it down to the amount of time that I'm going to be spending with each of my clients, is $7.97 a month. And so that's actually, the plan is to take this up more, because we really want to make sure we're working with people who are 100% taking action. and having apply and everything. So right now it's $7.97, but what we're doing for Greg's list and all you guys that are on here today, it's $5.97 a month, and so that's that link, productlineprofits.com/join, and I'm going to type that in here as well. So Jai asked, and I'll I'm going to get to some of these questions too. Actually, let me touch base on that in just a second. So let me put this in the link for you. There's my reminder to order my tags. Let's see. And there's some really cool stuff out there too. I don't know if you guys are using Shopify, but there's like a material management app in there that's super cool that you can so you can always keep track. You never run out of tags, this or that, any of your materials, because you know how much it takes for each for each item that you sell and everything too, displays and all that. So so that is keeping us now super organized as well. So I did just send the link to, did I send that? I can't see what I just sent, so I don't remember if I put the, did I put that?
Hey, Joanna. Yeah, if you put it in the chat, I think the chat box below.
Yeah.
Also, that will go to everyone at once. Everyone can take it from there.
Okay, I think I just did that. Is that right? Oh, chat. Ah, look at that. Oh, thank you for that. I didn't even realize that. Okay, so there's that link. Yeah, thank you. So perfect. I wanted to hop on here and because Greg told me what about you guys and what you're doing, kind of where a lot of you are at with your businesses, and so I just I wanted to be able to offer more value. So I hope that some of this stuff has helped. I look forward to being able to share more with you on doing some one-on-one coaching. So when I coach, because I know that people are in different areas, in different stages of their business, I am, there's no, what I like to start at is 3 months. But if you find that you're getting enough value and and you're rocking and rolling after 1 month or 2 months, that's awesome. That's I think it's great, and I want to give you as much value as I possibly can. And taking those steps to get start building your list and get all of your marketing collateral together, getting out there in front of stores. So whether they're just local to you, all over the country, maybe all over the world. So my goal with Keeney Vans is to be in 300 to 400 stores by the end of the year. So that's and that's just doing what I'm doing right now. So if we scale up a little bit more, which is totally possible, then we could be in 500 or 600. So it's really it's pretty incredible. Let's see, go through. Oh, here I've got a couple of those testimonials for you that I was telling you about. So Jessica, she just launched a line of clothing, and she does screen printing. And she she's just screen printing on shirts and sweatshirts, and they have little like little hearts on them. And she's got a message that she wants to convey to people with her clothing. So she's got a great brand story. So she's getting it up online and everything. So and so we're just helping her to get to that point in just in one session. So that was huge. And then now she's looking at getting them into stores, yoga studios, and things like that. So so that's one of my clients who's based in Encinitas. This is Joe, and he uses a system more for consulting and for getting JVs, things like that. So I just want to make sure that I was kind of throwing a few different just different niches in here too. So he's more of a service-based business. But he says, I'm not kidding when I say this is going to help me get to 6 figures a month, and it sounds like he's doing it. So when I need to get an updated testimonial from him. So he's crushing it. He's out in New York. And Katie, she's based in Orange County. Actually, I know Katie through Greg, actually. And so I taught all of this to her. And so she's using that to grow her jewelry business now, which is super exciting. One of my, I would say, biggest successes lately, which I didn't have a chance to add into here yet, is one of my best friends, and she's a personal trainer. And she came to me. She said, "I have an idea for a fitness product," and she's launching. So I have to develop this whole thing. It's a band that that helps you with these exercises, and she's actually my goodness, we so I set her up with a videographer, and we created these very professional videos, and her brand is launching, but she's already selling them. Just people seeing the photos and saying, "Oh, I want one of those." So that's been just awesome, super exciting to see that too. So so guys, you can either do nothing and continue doing what you're doing, or you can take action with me. I would love to work with you and to help you to do the things that I've done. Go back to that question. If you could turn $1,000 into $10,000, would you do it? But this is $597. So if not now, then when are you going to do it? So I'm going to open this up for some Q&A for a bit. I know I kind of went over, and I apologize. So trying to keep it to 45 minutes. I have a lot to say, and I talk a lot. Sorry, guys. But
no, it's been awesome, Joanna. I mean, we go over sometimes, so it's not a big deal. People,
cool.
They're getting the value out of it. No big deal at all. So
awesome.
Yeah, there's a couple people say that the link is just taking them to like a marketplace website, or it's like just a WordPress website.
That's not good. Let's see. Find profits / join. I wonder why I'm not seeing. That. Well, here, well, here, oh yeah, you guys can see my screen. That's right. Michael, do you know what I would be doing wrong on here? Because like I said, when I plug that in, I see this page. What I can do is, and I apologize, guys, for that this isn't perfect, and I don't know what's going on. It
could be that it's. I would have to look at it. It could be that it might not. Should be published if you're going right to it. Product line profits. I'm just looking.
Yeah, so that's my PayPal link right there. So my apologies, guys, for that. Let's see. Does that work for people at least? I mean, I know it's not taking you to a page like I had anticipated, but again, told you I'm not techie.
No, that's okay. What we can do is, as long as they have the link, what we'll do is it's probably something very, very simple. So we'll make sure we'll look at it after, and then so it's up and running. And like I said, I'll post the link in the Facebook group and in the Skype groups after the webinar anyway. So we'll have more information there.
Okay, that sounds perfect. Thank you. So yeah, sorry guys, I'll really have to figure out why that's not happening. So let me go back to back to the Q&A. I'm going to click up here.
I know Jay was asking if I don't know if you answered this, but if retailers are office stores or online stores.
I'm sorry? Oh, I did. Yeah, I did. Here, I can go through these questions actually.
Okay, cool.
I did answer that that they are that they're physical stores, just a couple of online stores, like I mentioned, and then Jay was also asking how do the emails not end up in people's spam folder? I think it's because it's coming from a Gmail. Gmail's deliverability is pretty on point because you look at all the emails that are sent that are personal. People aren't sending spam, and it's also when you're sending B2B, it actually it isn't spam. So so I say when you guys are doing your outreach, definitely go with the amount of emails that that feels right, that you don't feel like you're you're spamming them. I mean, you don't want to feel like you're one email away from some sort of like online restraining order or something. You know, you want to just be in integrity when you're doing this. And so, you know, almost sometimes when I tell people about this program, you know, the fact that it's free and you can, you know, use all these tools, you know, use it like a superpower almost, and, you know, use it to do good, and just, you know that you're when you're reaching out to these places, you know, make sure that you're, like I said, you're providing value. People will you know, respond and say, oh, thank you so much for reaching out to me. I was looking for something just like this, you know. But you know, you want to, yeah, just make sure that you're being ethical about it. And the more relevant the emails are, that, you know, to these people, and the less spammy they are, then the less likelihood you have of, you know, of people saying, oh, this is a spammer, and sending you to their spam folder. So be really careful, you know, and realize you kind of have this one shot with them. So you really want to make that count. Oh, and let's see. I've got most. You click on. What's this? Yeah, I don't know. It's so bizarre to me. So I don't have any other questions. It looks like people are trying to click on that page. So
yeah, I think if Lindsay might have saw this, but I'll kind of, like I said, if we'll kind of take care of it right after, so that way
cool.
everyone can click on it. But I think you had answered most of the questions in there.
Yeah. Try to keep up with questions during this too. That really helps, you know, just to keep things moving along. I appreciate all the questions and everything that you guys have. So, you know, I really hope that we can start. They'll be able to start working with some people on their businesses. I'm excited. I'm already excited. So, you know, just keeping in mind that it's a small investment. Oh, you know, I almost see. Yeah, I think if there's no other questions, then we can wrap up. And thank you guys so much for listening and being here. And looking forward to working with some of you. So definitely get in touch, and we'll get started right away.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Joanna, for joining us. It was great. I know we're getting really good feedback, and thank you for everyone for taking your time out. I will have this replay for you in a little bit. I will download it and get it into the Facebook group. And if you guys have any other further questions, just go ahead and post them in Facebook, or if you're in Skype, that's fine too. And if it's something that I can't answer at all, I will, you know, you can always email Joanna, or I think you're in the Facebook group too, aren't you, Joanna?
I
don't know. I typed on something today, so I'm not sure. I thought maybe you were part of the group, but if anything, I'll reach out to you if there's some further questions.
Okay, perfect. And you know, you guys have my I think you've got my email address, and you've got the PayPal link there. So you know, get in touch with me. I just saw that there is one more question. Jay was asking if they just email and don't talk to people. I would love to hear more about this question, and to know why, maybe why you don't necessarily want to talk to people. I know for some people it's a language barrier, or a time barrier, whatever it is. I think it's really important to be separating, you know, separate yourself a bit. You will get people who will order just based on email, but I mean, just hopping on the phones, for me, it just has made such a big difference, because then people, you know, they know that you're a real person behind there. It's just building up that trust and everything. So this is, yeah, so anyway, we can talk more about that, Jai, too. So yeah, guys, schedule something with me, and we can, we'll talk soon.
Awesome, thank you. All right, everyone, have a good day. I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you.
Bye, thank you.
Bye-bye.